warm welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Heshayan Ali and let's have a look at the headlines first. Election Commission reassures voter safety. Cabinet approves 3 urban beautification projects. News in detail. Election Commission member Professor Ratnajeevan Hool assures that all necessary safety measures against the COVID-19 are in place and he requests all citizens to cast their vote for the forthcoming general election since it's their prime responsibility. Thus, he made these observations today speaking exclusively to Art Television's State of Business.
We are very much looking forward to conducting the elections on the 5th of August. And we want you all to come and vote and express your will so that a good set of parliamentarians would be selected for the next parliament. We are very confident about the measures we are taking. Whenever we see something bad happening or some sign of laws being violated, we are taking legal action. So in fact, I venture to say that at the time of voting, you would be at much less risk than you would be, say, in going shopping. You go to a shop, you go to the road, you are touching people. Even if you try hard, we are unable to avoid it. But here, we are looking out for you. We are making sure that you wash your hands, you maintain your separation, you wear masks, and where you don't have a mask, we'll try to help you out. Your hands are sanitized before and after. So come and make this election a success.
Speaking further, Election Commission member Professor Ratnajeevan Hool stresses that even though Election Commission members may have different political ideologies as individuals, the Election Commission as an independent commission is party-wise, neutral and it enforces law impartially.
The Election Commission itself is party-wise neutral, absolutely neutral. Various people might say various things. We all have our backgrounds, but when it comes to the work of the Election Commission, we separate ourselves from our ideologies, from the parties or from friends of ours who might invariably be from some party or the other. We implement the laws impartially. So don't listen to these stories. It will be a very neutral commission. We are doing our best. We are resolving issues as they come up. Where there are changes, where there are suspicions, where there are untoward incidents, we are revamping our staff. We are moving new staff into those areas and strengthening the effectiveness of the law.
Also, watch our interview with the National Election Commission Chairman Mahinda Deshapriya, which will be aired at 9 p.m. tonight on Art Television's Public Space program.
පළවෙනි ඉන්න ඕනේ හැඳුනුම්පත් බලන නිලධාරියා. එයාට අපි හැඳුනුම්පත් මෙහෙම අරගෙන පෙන්නන ගමන් මෙහෙම කළා. මෙහෙම මාස්ක් එක ගලවලා පෙන්නන්න ඕනේ මූණ. නමයි එක්කම. ආයි ෆේස් මාස්ක් එක දාගෙන අපි ඒක අපි කියනවා ගෙදරින් නිල් පාට හරි කළු පාට හරි බෝල් පොයින්ට් එකක් අරන් එන්න කියලා. එයා අපට විස බීජ ගේන්නෙත් නැහැ. අපෙන් විස බීජ අරන් යන්නෙත් නැහැ.
Prime Minister's office announced that German government has pledged to provide the monetary assistance for 2 more technical training institutes. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa was given this pledge by the German ambassador in Sri Lanka, John Rode, during a discussion took place at Temple Trees yesterday. German ambassador in Sri Lanka, John Rode, made his farewell call to Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa at Temple Trees yesterday, and the duo had engaged in a discussion on varied subjects including the upcoming election in 2 weeks' time. Ambassador Rode completed his 4-year tenure as the ambassador for Sri Lanka and the Maldives. Accordingly, Prime Minister Rajapaksa noted that even with the COVID-19 situation, at least a 70% voter turnout can be expected at the general elections due on the 5th of next month. Discussing bilateral ties, the ambassador said Germany's policy towards Sri Lanka hasn't changed and it will always be supportive. He has also mentioned that key priority for Sri Lanka now is to attract investors, especially after the grave impact that the COVID-19 pandemic has had on the economy. The ambassador also informed that similar to the Sri Lankan German Training Institute that was established in Kilinochchi in 2016, another 2 will be set up in Mataro and Ratmalana. Stay tuned for more news right after this commercial break. after the break. Co-Cabinet spokesperson Ms. Dr. Bandula Gunawardena explained on the further expansion of benefits under the Agrahara insurance scheme provided for retired public officers. He made these observations addressing the final cabinet press briefing of the interim government, which was held at the Department of Government Information today morning. Accordingly, initially pensioners who have retired from the public service after the 1st of January in 2016 were given the opportunity to join the Agrahara insurance scheme. Nevertheless, concerning the request of the retirement associations to extend the insurance scheme to those who have retired before 2016, Minister of Skills Development, Employment and Labour Relations, Dinesh Gunawardena, and Minister of Public Administration, Home Affairs, Provincial Councils and Local Government, Janaka Bandara Tennakone, have proposed to make available Agrahara benefits to all public servants who have retired before 2016. Thus, Cabinet approval was given yesterday for the combined proposal. Thereby, Agrahara insurance scheme will now be extended to 600,000 pensioners from the public sector. As an additional measure, it has been decided to improve the facilities of regional hospitals so that each district hospital will have a ward dedicated to public sector retirees. Moving on to more cabinet decisions, the cabinet approval was given for the Colombo and Sri Javardhanapura town beautification projects and implementation of several landscape development projects. Accordingly, the Urban Development Authority has planned to implement various projects in Colombo and Sri Javardhanapura with a view to improve the green environment of the area and to provide environmental and social infrastructure to tourists and local people. It has been decided to implement a green infrastructure network plan near Golf Face Pedestrian Centre on Baladaksha Mawatha in Colombo and an agriculture park in Kimbulavala in Thalapat Pitiya. On the other hand, it was decided to extend paying the rent recommended by the provincial assessor from the end of May last year to end of September this year for 46 families who are affected by the water leakage in the main tunnel of the Uma Oya multipurpose development project and still living in rented houses. Cabinet nod was also given to construct 118 new houses at other suitable places under a special project for the families recommended to be evacuated due to the risk of landslides. Moreover, it has been decided to extend the project completion date of Moragolla hydropower plant to 31st of October in 2023 and to extend its loan settlement date of Asian Development Bank to 31st of July 2024. As a measure to further strengthen the defence diplomacy and cooperation between Sri Lanka and Pakistan, Defence Secretary retired Major General Kamal Gunaratne reveals plans to offer more opportunities for Pakistani military officers at the National Defence College in Sri Lanka from next year. The Centenary Medals awarding ceremony held in commemoration of the centennial anniversary of the Pakistan Command and Staff College organised by the Pakistan High Commission in Sri Lanka was held at the Defence Services Command and Staff College at Batalanda in Makula yesterday. Delivering the keynote address as the chief guest at the Centenary Medals awarding ceremony, Defence Secretary retired Major General Kamal Gunaratne said that the defence diplomacy and cooperation between Sri Lanka and Pakistan had been growing from strength to strength through mutual trust built on political, economic, cultural and educational relationships between two countries. Moreover, 37 Sri Lankan military officers who had graduated from the Pakistan Command and Staff College were awarded centenary medals at the event. Among the Sri Lankan graduates from the Pakistan Command and Staff College, 10 officers are still serving in the ranks while 27 have been retired from the military service. Defence Secretary Major General Gunaratne, who is also an alumni of the Pakistan Command and Staff College, was awarded with a venerated medal by the Pakistani High Commissioner Major General Muhammad Saad Khattak.
Pakistan and Sri Lanka are maintaining a very healthy and cordial relationship since the evolution of Pakistan today. Our relations have been growing from strength to strength, day by day, through the mutual trust built on the pillars of political, economic, cultural, educational, and most importantly, through the defense diplomacy and cooperation. As far as the famous old saying goes, a friend in need is a friend indeed. Being Sri Lankans, we will never forget the support extended by Pakistan during the hard times that we had to undergo during the humanitarian operations period and the human rights cases against our motherland.
Stay tuned for stock updates. Welcome back after the break. The trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The all-share price index gained 21.09 points to close at 5,040.88, and the S&P SL20 gained 1.02 points to close at 2,159.63. The turnover was 631 million rupees and over 62 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. And that's all news for today. See you tomorrow with State of Business at the usual time. Until then, take care and good night.